What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Devin Haney. Let me tell you guys a nice breakdown about Devin Haney. Okay, this is the truth about Devin Haney. Okay, we've seen a lot of things with Devin Haney last night. He showed that he's a good boxer. He showed that he is young, sharp, fast, quick, talented. He showed adversity. And he showed that he had some kinks in the armor. Those are some things that he needs to work on as a prize fighter, as a champion, okay, on the elite level. He was fighting one of the elite, okay, and one of the elite was Jorge Linares. I'll get to him in a second. He needs to learn how to be a better in and out fighter. Okay, he needs to learn how to stick and move. Boxing is his A+. Boxing is his claim to fame. Okay, it's not power. It's his boxing ability and his speed. But I do see that just like the Gamboa fight, he started to slack off. And against someone that was still game like Jorge was able to capitalize on it. I feel Jorge could have done a lot, but Jorge done enough to let me know, like, hey, Jorge, or guys like Jorge with some speed will give Devin Haney problems. And don't add power to it, because Jorge caught him with straight rights that hurt him. Okay? And I want people to understand, Devin Haney fought Jorge Linares. Who else has fought? And when I mean who else, who out of the four people have fought Jorge Linares? No one. Not a damn one of them. Okay, so when you have and you get this criticism, which you will have, like you'll say you'll hear people, oh, Teofimo will beat Devin Haney. Okay, based off of his fight with Linares. You know, the question is, how will Linares do with Teofimo? How will Linares do with King Ryan Garcia? How will Linares do with Tank Davis? Those are the questions people should be asking themselves. People will directly, hey, if that was this guy, if it was Teofimo in there, it wasn't Teofimo in there, it was Linares. Okay? He outpointed Linares. Linares could have capitalized on more things, but again, Devin Haney was pot-shotting and making it hard because he wasn't in a stable place a lot of those times. And the times he did stand still, Linares teed off on him. And that's something that he's going to have to work on. Okay? I don't know what was going on in the corner with Bill and Ben Davison. It looks like Bill is still the head coach. You see what I'm saying? It's like he's still calling the shots. He's still running the show. I think he needs a primary guy to come in and take over. You know, none of the side capping or the front, you know, none of the different angle instructions, because that could always throw you off. You're getting instructions from here. You're getting instructions in front of you. I think that needs to be eradicated. Me counterpunching that. I do. But as Devin Haney, I think Devin Haney needs to work on his stamina. And someone like Jorge Linares was able to make those openings. So you have to give that man credit. But again, you're fighting a guy that's at an elite level. There is not any of those guys can say what or been where Devin Haney was last night. Counterpunch. Okay, yeah, they can talk that stuff. They can cap all night long. But at the end of the day, they weren't in there with Jorge Linares. Ryan Garcia beat Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell was beaten by who? Linares. So are we safe to say, since we're saying it like, oh, Teofimo would beat Devin Haney, or this with this, okay, or if you're saying it like that, fine. Would Linares beat the shit out of King Ryan Garcia since Linares beat Luke Campbell? Counterpunch. Okay? So you don't know the outcome of these fights or these fighters. So I think Devin Haney needs a break because he was the guy that fought the toughest opposition behind Teofimo with Lomachenko, and Lomachenko beat them all. Right? He beat Luke Campbell and he beat Linares. So yeah, Teofimo's up. Right? But at the same time, it's like you must fight everyone because it's that person that you think you can beat and assume that you will beat because you beat another guy that beat that guy and all that carrying on. You would think that until it actually happens. Look at Andy Ruiz. Joseph Parker beat him, didn't he not? Beat him, stuck and move, you know? Kept moving, kept moving. He won a decision. Joshua beat Joseph Parker. But did Joshua beat Andy Ruiz the first go around? No, he didn't. You see what I mean? Boxing is a case-by-case basis. Fight-by-fight basis, okay? So it's not what people think it is. Devin Haney had a tough fight. He showed that he can survive. Now, was it the most heroic? No. Was it the most positive or best performance you've seen him with? No. However, this was with the best fighter. Okay? This was the top elite fighter. The one that put Lomachenko on the seat of his ass. Linares. That same straight right put Lomachenko down. Now, did Devin go down? No, he didn't. So we have to look at things how they really are. Does Devin Haney need improvement? Yeah, he needs improvement. I think he needs a better coach or a primary coach that calls the shots. None of that confusing stuff like we already mentioned. But he held on. Did he go down? Did he get put on the seat of his ass? No, he did not. Okay? Yes, he needs to work on some things. Yes, he was in there with a tough guy, but the reason why you see these openings and you see a guy capitalize on these openings is because he's on the elite level. Okay? That's Jorge Linares. That's why this fight was so intriguing to me, because I was like, okay, this is going to be a high-intensity fight. That's exactly what you're going to get. Not every fight is a damn tune-up fight, Gervonta Tank Davis, full of smaller guys moving up. Okay? It's not going to always be like that, hopefully. Hopefully it's not. These guys got to have to eventually fight each other. But the criticism of Devin Haney, look, this is how Devin Haney is. He's going to have to learn. This is an experience process for him. Okay? But you have to understand and give the man credit. He ain't ever been hurt like that before. So at least he had enough sense to, hey, let me survive. He survived the first part of the 11th and damn near all of the 12th. But, I mean, he was still scoring now, wasn't he? Right? Even though he held and it made a lot of people boo because the momentum wasn't in his favor. I get it. But at the same time, the man saved his belt. Okay? He successfully defended his belt with wear and tear, cuts and bruises, you know what I mean? Punches and bangs. That's what happened. Okay? This is prize fighting. This goes with the territory. So I want people to understand that. So before people bash Haney, understand, who did Haney fought? Haney fought Jorge Linares, the elite fighter at the division. But anyway, that's my take on that. And this is the truth about Devin Haney. You guys tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.